What if I told you there's a cat that looks just like a teddy bear, but with the calm of a Zen master and the elegance of an aristocrat? Imagine soft velvet fur, golden eyes that seem to read your thoughts, and a personality so balanced it feels tailor-made for peaceful homes. We're talking about the British Shorthair Cat, one of the most iconic and beloved feline breeds in the world. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know, from its mysterious Roman origins to the secret behind its plush, teddy bear appearance. If you're a true cat lover, or you're thinking about adopting a British Shorthair cat, you won't want to miss this. Support the channel by hitting subscribe, leaving a like, and tapping the hype button if you see it. Every click helps us keep creating great content for cat lovers like you. Let's dive in. Point 1. Ancient origins, a 2,000-year journey. The history of the British Shorthair cat has roots in a very distant past, taking us back to the era of the Roman Empire. According to authoritative historical sources, such as the Cat Fanciers Association, it is believed that the cats brought by the Romans during the conquest of Britain about 2,000 years ago gave origin to this breed. The Roman legions brought them to protect food supplies from rodents. Once in Britain, they interbred with local wild cats, adapting to the British climate. For centuries they lived as farm cats, until in 1871, Harrison Weir presented them at the first cat show at the Crystal Palace in London, transforming them from humble workers into a symbol of aristocratic elegance. Point 2. Teddy bear appearance, an irresistible charm. If there's one characteristic that makes the British Shorthair cat immediately recognizable, it's its unique physical appearance that incredibly resembles a tender teddy bear plush toy. It's not a superficial impression. Every element of its body contributes to creating this adorable image. The body is massive and muscular, with a broad chest and short but sturdy legs. The head is large and round, with full cheeks that create that sweet and curious expression. The large, round eyes, in copper, gold, or orange colors, create a spectacular contrast with the coat. The overall effect creates a captivating expression that makes it impossible not to fall in love. Point 3. Thick and dense coat, living velvet. Despite the name Shorthair might suggest short and simple fur, the British Shorthair cat's coat is actually one of its most extraordinary and distinctive characteristics. Its fur is incredibly thick, dense, and velvety, with a texture that is a true pleasure to touch. The tactile sensation is that of the finest velvet. The thick undercoat functions as natural insulation. It requires regular brushing, once or twice a week normally, every other day during shedding season. This prevents hairballs and strengthens the affectionate bond. Point 4. Iconic color, blue and over 250 variants. When you think of the British Shorthair cat, the image that immediately comes to mind is that of the famous British blue, an elegant uniform grey-blue with copper or intense orange eyes. This color has become so iconic that many people think it's the only one available for this breed. The reality is much more fascinating and varied. According to international feline associations, there are now over 250 officially recognized color and pattern variants for the British Shorthair cat. It's an extraordinary chromatic range that makes each specimen a unique work of art. Among solid colors, white, black, cream, red, chocolate, lilac, cinnamon, and fawn. Patterns include tabby, torty, smoke, shaded, chinchilla, and color point. Each combination brings unique beauty. Black has Gothic elegance, white has angelic purity, tabby shows ancestral patterns. There's a perfect British Shorthair for every taste. Before we continue, it's important to address a common confusion: the difference between the British Shorthair and the Scottish Fold. While both breeds have a round face, plush fur, and a calm demeanor, the key visual difference lies in the ears. British Shorthairs have upright, rounded ears, while Scottish Folds are known for their distinctive folded ears that tilt forward and downward. Additionally, British Shorthairs tend to be sturdier and more muscular, while Scottish Folds often have a slightly more delicate frame. Both are charming in their own way, but now you'll never mix them up again. Point 5. Expressive Eyes, windows to the feline soul. The British Shorthair Cat's eyes deserve a chapter of their own. They are large, perfectly round, and endowed with an expressiveness that few other breeds can boast. When a British Shorthair looks at you, it's not simply observing, it's communicating deep emotions. The most common colors are copper, gold, and orange, which contrast magnificently with blue or black coats. In color points, you also find blue or green eyes. Their expressive capacity is extraordinary. They communicate curiosity, affection, with the slow blink, concentration, and tranquility. Learning to read these gazes creates a profound connection. Point 6. Calm and reserved character, the perfect balance. The British Shorthair Cat's temperament is what truly makes it special as a life companion. This breed perfectly embodies the balance between affection and independence, between presence and discretion. It's not a particularly needy or clingy cat. It loves the company of its humans and appreciates moments of cuddles and interaction, but it also knows how to be alone without developing separation anxiety. This characteristic makes it perfect for those who work many hours away from home. It won't make you feel guilty when you leave and will welcome you with sincere but discreet affection upon your return. It won't follow you obsessively but prefers to stay near you with dignity, observing you while you go about your activities. It's deeply affectionate, but expresses love in subtle ways. Prolonged gazes, slow blinks, gentle head bumps. It respects your spaces and expects the same, creating harmonious coexistence. Point 7. Excellent for indoor life, the king of the apartment. If you live in an apartment and are looking for a cat perfectly adapted to indoor life, the British Shorthair Cat is the ideal choice. This breed adapts magnificently to enclosed spaces and doesn't suffer from lack of outdoor access as more adventurous breeds might. It has no escape instinct and observes the world from the window without needing to explore it. It's not hyperactive. It needs play, but in a balanced way. It adapts to apartments of any size. What matters is the quality of the environment, not the square footage. Scratching posts, shelves, toys, and hiding spots are sufficient. Its quiet nature doesn't disturb neighbors. It's the ideal roommate. Quick question for you. Do you agree with what we've said so far? Or do you have a completely different experience with British Shorthairs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love reading your stories. Point 8. Love stability, a cat of routine. There's one aspect of the British Shorthair Cat's character that's fundamental to understand. Its deep need for stability and routine. This cat doesn't appreciate sudden changes and can easily become stressed if the environment or routine is disrupted without warning. Imagine the British Shorthair as a Victorian gentleman who loves predictability. Meals at the same times, play during the same time slots, its favorite corner always available. This predisposition to routine isn't a flaw, but a characteristic to respect and from which to benefit. Moves, major renovations, drastic changes in furniture arrangement, the sudden arrival of new family members, human or animal, or drastic modifications to the daily routine can cause significant stress. Stress signals may include hiding more than usual, reduced appetite, excessive grooming, or changes in litter box behavior. How to manage this characteristic? The key is gradualness. When changes are inevitable, introduce them slowly. If you must move, prepare a safe room in the new house with familiar objects before allowing exploration of the rest. If a new animal arrives, follow a gradual introduction protocol that may take weeks. If you must change its diet, do so by gradually mixing the new food with the old over 7-10 days. Respecting its need for stability doesn't mean limiting your life, but simply planning changes with sensitivity, giving it time to adapt. In return, you'll have a serene, balanced, and happy cat. Point 9. Not very vocal, silent communication. Unlike notoriously chatty breeds like the Siamese or Oriental, the British Shorthair cat is a generally silent breed. It's not a cat that constantly meows to attract attention or vocally express every single emotion. This doesn't mean it's mute or incapable of communicating. On the contrary, the British Shorthair is a master of non-verbal communication. It communicates extensively through intense gaze, body language, facial expressions, and tail movements. You'll learn to read its silent messages. Ears forward mean curiosity. Tail straight with a slightly curved tip indicates happiness. Slow blink expresses affection and trust. When it decides to meow, it does so with a sweet, soft, and almost melodious sound. It's not the shrill and insistent meow of some breeds, but a delicate vocalization that seems almost like a gentle reminder, "Hey, I'm here, remember me?" It might meow to remind you it's dinner time, to greet you when you come home, or occasionally during play, but always with moderation. This characteristic makes the British Shorthair perfect for those who appreciate domestic tranquility, for those who work from home and need concentration, or for those who live in apartments with thin walls and noise-sensitive neighbors. It's a silent companion that fills the house with its presence, not with its volume. However, it's important to note that a sudden increase in vocalization in a normally silent British Shorthair can be a sign of discomfort, pain, or illness, and deserves veterinary attention. Point 10. Very loyal. A deep and lasting bond. One of the most touching qualities of the British Shorthair cat is its profound loyalty. This cat becomes intensely attached to its family members and creates strong and lasting emotional bonds that can last a lifetime. Although generally friendly and tolerant with all household members and guests, the British Shorthair often tends to choose one person as its main reference point, its special human. This person will receive particular attention, a different gaze, preferential closeness. You might notice that your British Shorthair follows you discreetly from room to room, not obsessively, but with genuine interest. It might choose to sleep on your favorite chair when you're not there, to smell your scent. It might wait for you near the door when you come home, greeting you with an affectionate head bump or rubbing against your legs. This loyalty also manifests in long-term memory. British Shorthairs remember the people they love, even after long separations. If you must be away for a trip, upon your return, your cat will recognize you immediately, and after perhaps a brief moment of offense at the abandonment, will resume the relationship exactly where it left off. This deep bond is one of the reasons why adopting a British Shorthair is a long-term commitment. It's not a cat that easily changes families. It bonds deeply and deserves effective stability. In return, it will offer you unwavering loyalty that few other breeds can match. Point 11. Long-lived and robust, a companion for many years. One of the joys of sharing life with a British Shorthair cat is its remarkable longevity. If well cared for, properly fed, and regularly followed by a veterinarian, a British Shorthair can easily live from 15 to 20 years. This is a generally healthy and robust breed, the result of centuries of natural selection and more recently responsible breeding. Its massive constitution and strong immune system make it resistant to many common diseases. However, like all purebred cats, the British Shorthair is predisposed to some hereditary pathologies that are important to know. The most common is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, HCM, a heart disease that causes thickening of the heart muscle. It's essential to choose responsible breeders who test their breeding stock for this condition. Another pathology to monitor is polycystic kidney disease, PKD, inherited from historical crosses with Persians, which leads to the formation of kidney cysts. Fortunately, genetic tests exist that can identify carriers of this disease. To maximize your British Shorthair's longevity, regular veterinary checkups are essential, at least annual, semi-annual for senior cats, updated vaccinations, constant parasite prevention, and attention to early signs of illness. A well-cared-for British Shorthair can accompany you for 2 decades, becoming an integral part of your life and family. Point 12. Weight management, the Achilles heel. If there's one aspect of the British Shorthair Cat's health that requires constant attention, it's weight management. This breed has a marked tendency to gain weight easily, and it's one of the most common problems owners face. The British Shorthair has a naturally slow metabolism, combined with a calm and sedentary lifestyle. This combination means it burns calories more slowly than more active breeds. And if feeding isn't rigorously controlled, obesity is practically inevitable. Being overweight isn't just an aesthetic problem. It can have serious health consequences. It aggravates joint problems like arthritis, significantly increases the risk of diabetes mellitus, stresses the heart and kidneys, reduces quality of life, and shortens overall life expectancy. How to prevent obesity? First, provide high-quality food in controlled and measured portions. Absolutely avoid free feeding with food always available. Establish fixed meal times and stick to them. Limit treats and snacks, which shouldn't exceed 10% of daily caloric intake. Weigh your cat regularly, at least once a month. An adult male should weigh between 5 and 8 kilograms, a female between 4 and 6 kilograms, but consult your veterinarian for your specific cat's ideal weight. If you notice weight gain, intervene immediately by slightly reducing portions and increasing physical activity. Encourage movement through daily play sessions of at least 15-20 minutes. Use puzzle feeders that force it to work to get food, and create a stimulating environment with shelves and scratching posts that invite climbing. Point 13. Intelligent and observant, a sharp mind. Behind those large round eyes hides a sharp and observant mind. The British Shorthair Cat is an intelligent feline that learns easily and loves to carefully study everything happening around it. It's not uncommon to see a British Shorthair sitting in a strategic spot in the house, apparently relaxed, but actually engaged in observing every movement, every sound, every change in the environment. It's as if it's mentally taking note of everything, building a detailed map of its territory and its humans' habits. This intelligence manifests in various ways. It can learn simple commands like come, no, or down, especially if trained with positive reinforcement and food rewards. Some particularly bright specimens learn to retrieve thrown objects, open doors or drawers, and even use the toilet instead of the litter box. The British Shorthair is also excellent at problem solving. If it wants something, it will find a way to get it. Whether it's reaching a toy up high, opening a cabinet where it knows there's food, or attracting your attention when it wants to play. It observes, plans, and executes with quiet but effective determination. This intelligence requires regular mental stimulation. Interactive games, puzzle feeders, hiding treats around the house for it to hunt, rotating toys to maintain novelty, are all ways to keep its mind active and prevent boredom. A bored British Shorthair can develop unwanted behaviors or fall into sedentariness, so keep it mentally stimulated. Point 14. Great with children and other animals, the feline diplomat. The patient and tolerant nature of the British Shorthair Cat makes it an excellent companion for families with children and for homes with other pets. It's a breed that gets along with almost everyone if properly introduced and socialized. With children, the British Shorthair demonstrates almost infinite patience. It's not aggressive or nervous. If a child becomes too intrusive or noisy, the cat simply walks away with dignity toward a safe place, without scratching or biting. Obviously, it's essential to educate children to respect the cat. Don't pull tail, ears, or fur, don't disturb it when eating or sleeping, and recognize the signals indicating it wants to be left alone. Coexistence with other cats is generally harmonious. The British Shorthair isn't particularly territorial and, if well socialized, willingly accepts the company of other felines. It can also coexist peacefully with calm-tempered dogs, especially if raised together or gradually introduced. The key to happy coexistence is gradual introduction. When you bring a new animal home, don't force immediate meeting. Start by keeping them separated, allowing them to get used to each other's scents by exchanging blankets or toys. After a few days, allow visual meetings through a cracked door. Only when both show curiosity without stress, proceed with supervised direct meetings. This process can take from a few days to several weeks. Thanks to its balanced nature, the British Shorthair can become the social glue of the family, getting along with everyone and contributing to creating a harmonious atmosphere at home. Point 15 requires mental stimulation, preventing boredom. The last fundamental point to understand is that, despite its calm nature, the British Shorthair Cat absolutely needs mental stimulation and environmental enrichment to live a happy and healthy life. Common mistake is thinking that, being calm, this cat doesn't need games or activities. The reality is that even though calm, it needs daily attention, games, and mental challenges to avoid boredom and sedentariness, which can lead to obesity, depression, and unwanted behaviors. Environmental enrichment includes several elements. First, sturdy and stable scratching posts strategically positioned in the house, allowing it to mark territory, stretch, and maintain healthy claws. Shelves or cat trees that allow it to climb and observe from above, satisfying its natural instinct to control territory from elevated positions. Safe hiding spots where it can retreat when it needs tranquility. Cardboard boxes, tunnels, closed beds. The British Shorthair appreciates having private places to withdraw. Interactive games are essential. Dedicate at least 15-20 minutes a day to active play sessions with feathered wands, balls, laser pointers, always being careful not to point them in the eyes. These games stimulate its predatory instinct and keep it physically active. Puzzle feeders are fantastic tools. Instead of giving food in a bowl, hide it in toys that require problem-solving to open. This slows down feeding, prevents obesity, and stimulates the mind. Regularly rotate available toys. Don't leave all toys always available. Keep some hidden and change them every week to maintain high novelty and interest. Also consider sensory enrichment. Cat grass, catnip, cat videos with birds and squirrels, even relaxing music specific for cats. All these elements contribute to creating a rich and stimulating environment. A mentally stimulated British Shorthair is a happy, healthy, and balanced cat that will reward you with affection and companionship for many years. Here we are at the end of this journey discovering the British Shorthair Cat. We've explored together 15 fundamental aspects of this extraordinary breed. From its ancient Roman origins to its teddy bear appearance, from the velvety coat to over 250 color variants, from expressive eyes to calm and reserved character. We've seen how it's perfect for apartment life, how it loves stability and routine, how it communicates silently through gaze and body language. We've discovered its profound loyalty, its remarkable longevity, and the crucial importance of managing its weight to ensure a long and healthy life. We've appreciated its observant intelligence, its compatibility with children and other animals, and the need to provide daily mental stimulation to prevent boredom and sedentariness. The British Shorthair Cat is much more than a beautiful feline with an adorable appearance. It's a loyal, intelligent, and affectionate life companion that carries with it centuries of history and a unique personality. It's the perfect cat for those seeking a calm but present friend, independent but loyal, elegant but accessible. If you're ready to offer it the care, attention, and love it deserves, the British Shorthair will reward you with unparalleled companionship that will enrich your life for many, many years. So, what do you think about the British Shorthair Cat? Do you already own one of these wonderful felines? Or are you seriously considering adopting one? Tell me about your experience or your doubts in the comments below. I'm really curious to read your stories and answer your questions. If you found this video helpful, leave a like to support the channel and help fellow cat lovers find it too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos. We've got plenty of feline insights on the way. And feel free to share this video with anyone who loves cats. you might just help someone meet their perfect furry companion. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. See you in the next deep dive.